Oh, this is Dr. Parks, and this is just a brief recording to give you an overview, welcome you to our course together for the summer. I'm very excited to get started. As you've likely figured out, this course reviews the social and behavioral theories in public health. It's our health behavior course. Again, completely async, no meeting time in any specific place. I know sometimes our syllabi have specific language about requirements and getting things done in advance of class sessions. In our case, that's just during the module. And so please feel free to come visit with me, set time to meet with me if you'd like, but there are no focus class sessions. I'm Dr. Parks. We'll also have Abigail, or Abby, as our TA, and she is a fabulous doctoral student who has a tremendous amount of knowledge in this space and will be helping out. When you have questions, I recommend reaching out to both of us initially at the beginning of the semester, just because that makes it a little bit easier to connect, get to know us, make sure you're getting answers quickly, but we're both a resource for you as we move forward. All right, so as an overview, we're going to be talking about key theories, stages of change and trans-theoretical model and the health belief model, all of these different health behavior theories and how they translate into models and applications, how you actually develop a plan and a program for health education and public health program. We'll be talking about all the factors that we're addressing, so the social determinants of health, and designing those interventions. And so you'll be doing that through a focus group effort together. We'll also be working to really understand and explain health behavior and learn about some of the tools that we create in public health. We create logic models. We create program plans with objectives. So we'll be learning about those various elements. Now, as far as our course description, we have 5 main student learning outcomes here. We're really trying to understand the theoretical foundations, key theories and ideas that inform how we understand how people behave and how our health is influenced by our behavior and our behavior is influenced by our health and the environment around us. We'll also be talking about specific approaches, social, economic, structural levels that we can work in or things that are influencing us, as well as ways that we can encourage health of populations, and really talking about how it works in a real world community context. So that's what we'll be doing. Now, as far as our next steps for this course, the next week should not be too overwhelming. You have an introductory discussion post and a syllabus quiz due over the next few days. But I want you to keep in the back of your mind what the end goal is for this course. So this is the end goal here. So every week is going to be a different grouping of assignments, but our goal is really to build competency in the area of communicating public health information, your oral, your written communication, thinking about working with diverse audiences, thinking about designing public health programs, and making sure that we can locate, use, evaluate, synthesize, bring together public health information. So these are 2 competencies we're addressing. So when you're saying, why am I taking this course? What am I learning? Our goal is to build ourselves up in these areas. We have a textbook, and we also have professional resources that you'll see posted throughout Canvas throughout the semester. You'll notice every week we have Quizlet resources that tie directly to the textbook. So I highly recommend reviewing those so you're prepared for the quizzes or the reading checks at the end of each week. As far as our text, we use the Edberg text, which is a wonderful theory in public health text. It's my favorite one to use, obviously. And that text is available through inclusive access. So you should be able to grab it through your Vital Source bookshelf in Canvas. All right, so this is a brief overview of our schedule. You'll notice on some weeks, we have more than one quiz, more than one reading check, because we're covering more than one chapter. You'll also notice that for a few of the chapters, like chapter 16 is very short, we don't have an assigned reading check. So next week you have 1 reading check. The following week you have 2, then 1, then 2, then 2, then 3, then 2, right? So on and so forth. We also have 3 exams. So keep that in mind. As you're making time and trying to fit in assignments, you may think, hey, the week of June 24th doesn't look that busy. There's not an individual or group assignment due. I should be good. Well, you have a short exam due that week that will be posted in Canvas. So it's my hope that we're taking this journey together. We're treating one another like peers and colleagues and respected public health professionals. and that we're treating one another like adults. And so you'll notice that I will try to post material and share information as openly as possible. And I really want to cultivate that spirit of positivity and information sharing in this class. Now, my main expectation for this class is that we get started early. It is difficult sometimes to work on team-based elements in an online environment. So the first week, you're introducing yourself in an online discussion board, and I'm asking you to connect, look and see, read through and see who you might be interested in working with, comment on their discussion post, connect. And there's a Google Doc link that is linked right below the discussion forum in our week 0 module, or module 0 in week 1, and sign up for a group. And if you don't know who you want to work with and you're willing to take a chance, just put your name under a group name and others can sign up and we can get you connected. But there are a couple group assignments that come together to form a project this semester, and it is really fun and interesting. Students did an amazing job last semester. I'm really looking forward to sharing some examples. But just please keep in mind that communication is important, and getting started early is important. Now, attendance for this class is simply logging in and completing your assignments online, but that still is a format of attendance. So I can see when you log in. So if you haven't logged in 3-4 weeks in Canvas and we haven't heard from you, we're going to get nervous. We're going to want to check on you. Keep in mind that this moves very quickly through a 10-week summer course. Now, we value diverse perspectives. Everything we post in the discussion board and share, we want to be inclusive. We want to be positive, and that's extremely important. And so we want to cultivate, model, enhance, support those principles of inclusion, respect, tolerance, and acceptance. We want to create a very welcome learning environment with respect. We want to actively contribute. That's my hope. So this is how the grade's calculated. You have 3 exams at 50 points each for a total of 150 points, which sounds like a lot, but is only 15% of your grade. So this is not a high stakes objective assessment type course, make it or break it, maybe like your biochemistry course where you have only 3 exams and oh no, I failed my 3rd exam, I won't pass the course. This isn't like that. We do have reading checks, so another 150 points in the form of those 15 quizzes at 10 points each. We have discussion forums for another 5 discussion forums at 20 points each for 100. We have some assignments, 2 individual assignments for 150 points total, and your group assignments. Now, if you look, it feels like a lot, but your reflection paper is really a reflection on your group, so you're in control of that. But there is a presentation, an intervention plan, and a community health profile. So if you look at this total altogether, about 450 points come from all of that teamwork, all of those assignments throughout the semester. And so we want to stay engaged and work and communicate with one another. Again, the reading checks are short quizzes in Canvas, about 10 questions on average, sometimes a little bit less on the content from your chapter. We have these discussion board forums. These are meant to get you active. And so I expect you to post an initial post by Thursday, follow up by Sunday with 2 follow-up posts, but every discussion board forum will have a very specific set of instructions and details. And I think that's going to be really, really helpful for you. All right. So a few assignments are individual assignments. For example, you'll have one assignment where you're going to locate a community health assessment and write about it. And so I'll walk you through some more specific instructions, but you'll be looking at a community health assessment from a community and picking one of the specific problems they focus on and writing all about that health issue. It might be obesity, it might be diabetes, it could be environmentally oriented. Most of it's a health problem, but it could be walkability in a community. I want you to talk about the background of that issue, what could be done about that issue, what recommendations are discussed in the community health assessment, or maybe not at all. What do you think of those recommendations? What would you do? How would you evaluate your success? So this is short. Now I say 30 to 60 minutes because we could write hours about this topic, but I'm really only looking for 1 to 2 pages. Right? So just your ideas. This is the health issue. This is the background. This is the etiology or the science and the epi behind it all and what we should do about it. So concise, quick, reflective type assignment. Then you have this applying theories assignment, which is an individual assignment where you go out and you choose 2 public health theories or frameworks that we learn about during the course, and you choose a health topic you're interested in that fits in it with those theories, and you write about it. You write about what theory framework best fits the topic, which one doesn't fit the topic, and you are more than welcome to use the topic and or the theories from your group project. Your group project will be addressing a health issue using theories. You can use the same topic if you'd like, or something completely different. We will have some teamwork in this course, like I said. We have a project that consists of those 5 components. You start out with a team agreement. So once you start out with this team agreement, you're telling me, and this could be a short Word document, Google Doc, it could be a PowerPoint presentation, but it's all about your group norms and expectations, what the role for each student in the group is, what community you plan on investigating in your assignment. That's what I want to know. And this is due July 7th, just so you know, and we'll talk about that more later. I probably shouldn't have said that because I might not remember all the other due dates as we're going quickly through this, but this is the first one, due July 7th. So you've got about a month. Once you're done with that, you have a community health profile assignment on its heels. And this is another group submission where you're going to look at a community health type assignment, very similar to the individual one, but you're going to make a little profile about your community. Maybe you're doing something in Shelby County or Knox County, and you make a little profile. Could be an infographic, could be a PowerPoint, could be a Word document, all about that community. It'll be fun. All right. Then we have a theory-driven community health behavior intervention plan. This is the big assignment. So you've talked about a community in your community health profile. You have a team agreement. You're working together as a team, and you are going to design a 3 to 4 page paper. You're going to write a 3 to 4 page paper about a program or an intervention you're designing to address that health issue in that community. So this is the big assignment. This paper, 3 to 4 page limit paper with references are additional, where you identify a health issue, you identify a theoretical framework or a health behavior theory, and you address it, also has a presentation that comes along with it. So you'll also do a presentation, and you'll have a reflection paper where you reflect on your group experience. And we'll go more into that as we get throughout the semester, but those are those group assignments. Now, again, 3 exams, 50 points each is the objective assessment piece. So you've got an individual community health assessment assignment. You've got an individual theory application assignment. You've got the 5-part of group assignments with a reflection paper follow-up. And reflection paper is one of the 5. All right. So do read your submissions closely. I encourage you to take your time, craft something meaningful, but also keep in mind these individual assignments should take you less than an hour. We do have the exams in this course, but they're all online. They're all open note, open book. So are the reading checks. So I'm not limiting your access to resources. However, I will warn you that Google and other things will lead you astray. Please be prepared. If you schedule time with me, be prepared with your questions. If you're contributing to the discussion board, make sure you've done the readings and engage with everybody. I want us all to understand and be sympathetic with one another, but also support positive performance. So we're going to be flexible, but professional. We're going to be respectful. We're going to be inclusive and positive with one another. Also having a bit of a sense of humor. And this one's about grad school activities, but I think it applies to you all too. It's basically saying that white section is waiting for my professor to respond. The brown section is reading useless messages on the discussion forum, right? Just reading them. Green is answering questions. Red is answering questions in APA format, right? So we're teasing about that, which we do use APA in this course. Proofreading your APA format. If you don't have Zotero downloaded, Zotero is the reference manager I use for my citations and my references. I highly recommend it. Zotero. If you Google Zotero, it's a great reference tool. My hope is to help you build up your experiences, give you a chance to think about building a real program plan, and also talk with your peers, see what they're looking at in order to gain that perspective. Please be patient with me. Canvas will have its issues. Be patient with grading. Reach out to me if you don't see something updated. It could be a Canvas issue. I will try to get back to you as quickly as possible. I will also try to keep us on target. So lots of reminders in our course, lots of feedback so that you know where you're headed and we know that things are coming together. All right, so this is a short overview of who I am. I'm a public health and health services administration professional. That's me with one of my former grad students presenting at a conference, Fatima. At the bottom, that's my husband with our youngest, Luke. That's a presentation that we were presenting at the American Psychological Association's Stress and Health Conference back in 2019. I have experience all across the gamut: environmental, social, behavioral, administrative. So I love to share it, and I love to talk with you all about professional opportunities. I'm also a mom. I'm a cancer survivor. I love to run marathons. That's me and Luke running at the bottom. That's Luke at the American Public Health Association conference. And I love to do research projects. I know I'll get a chance to collaborate with some of you. We all have a reason why we do it. I do it because I love my family and my community. Public health is really fun. All right. One of the things that I want to end with is just a couple key thoughts about my approach to learning. One of those is that the more you know who you are and what you want, the less you let things upset you, the less you get really upset over little things. So bear with me. It may take me a day or two to respond to an email because I'm traveling, because I'm dealing with another student issue, because I'm trying to do meaningful work and have a balance in that. That being said, I really value you and I want you to have a great experience. So this is kind of an act of trust. You're trusting me to share information, to grade fairly, to honor your efforts, to help you. And I'm trusting you to engage in the process. And so I really believe in that this is a shared experience where we can encourage and build off one another. On that note, I believe in something called psychological safety, which means we can take risks, we can have fun with it, we can be a little adventurous, and we can be really, really open with one another. And so if something isn't going to matter 5 years from now, right? If you're like, man, I missed the discussion board deadline. I didn't post by Thursday. I posted Friday. So I posted a little extra, right? Let's roll with it. Let's do the best we can. If you give me more effort, I'm going to honor that effort, and that effort will be reflected in your grade. It's not about just objective assessment. It's about who you are and the time and energy you put into it. All right. So again, I'm really looking forward to creating this inclusive, positive space in our class together. I'm looking forward to working together. Please reach out to me as questions come up. It is literally my job to sit and talk with you and have these conversations about your future. And it's my favorite part of my job. So I look forward to connecting on all those things soon. All right. All right. Have a great first week of the semester and a wonderful summer.